Yesterday, on day one, we saw this particular graph, and that's the whole point of this graph. Let's model that process and see if this process is a stable process. And if that process result is unsatisfactory, if 31 hours breakdown per week plus or minus 3 sigma is unsatisfactory, then that process you've got, that whole business of doing maintenance and running your plant will not work for you. If you want 10 hours at an average per week breakdown maintenance and no more than 10 hours, you can't get it with what you're doing. What you're doing is giving you this 3 times more than you want. You want to have 1/3 of that outage, 1/3 of that cost, 1/3 of that downtime. Can't do it. I've got to change processes, change 2 processes that can give me the results I want. So yes, doing this distribution on the outcomes of companies' performance and process performance is the key reason to go to management and say, well, look, here's your business. This is exactly your data on this particular model, and you will always get those results within that boundary. But you want to have better. You're saying you want to get results down here. Well, Mr. Manager, you can't do it with what you've got. What you've got's giving you this. You want to be much, much better. You've got to change to something that's much, much better. And it's not your fault, it's not my fault, it's not the CEO's fault, it's not the operator's fault, not the maintainer's fault. It's the process you've chosen to get to where you are today. And that could be more than one process, could be a dozen processes, could be 100 processes. The interaction of all those and the randomness nature of their outcomes is producing the business result. So yeah, this particular diagram, very, very powerful because it explains where you are today, and if where you are today is an unhappy place, then you can't keep doing the same things because you're going to stay in that place because that's what it gives you. So that previous slide was actually data from a company that I did some work with, and all it was their maintenance hours recorded in their maintenance system by the week. Excel spreadsheet. It was no harder than that, and from that plotting we're able to develop a representation of the stability of this failure creating process, breakdown creating process this company's got. Now this is the real results in their business. This is what their business is delivering. So if I can't talk about dollars and cents, I can talk about the outcomes that will always result from their current practices. So this can be talked to with the manager and say, well look, here's where the world is.